Hey everyone, Kaneisha, founder and CEO of The Art of Applying, here with one of our awesome clients, Lou. Hi Lou, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm so happy to have you here today. Lou, what are we celebrating today? Tell us about your dream school that you got into.
I got into Harvard Kennedy School.
Fantastic.
Yep.
And which degree at Harvard Kennedy School?
It was the mid-career MPA.
Fantastic. I am thrilled for you. Was that the only school that you applied to?
Yes, it was like the only thing I wanted, and it panned out.
It did pan out. Well, I'm so thrilled for you. I love your big smile. I'm so happy for you. And yeah, we're just going to talk about your journey to getting into your dream school. You played, what do they call it? Like hard baseball or hardball?
Yeah.
I called it hard baseball. Played hardball and you went for one school and it worked out. So fantastic. All right. Well, the viewers and the listeners want to know your stats. They want to know all the stats so they can kind of size you up and compare themselves to you.
That's awesome. I graduated Rutgers University with a little over a 3.6. And I went to Fordham University for a master's degree where I did really well. It was like a probably 3.8 and change. Having some graduate experience helped a lot in my application because it showed that I can learn what they're teaching at Harvard.
Remind us of the school for your master's and what you were studying.
So my undergrad was in political science. My master's degree was also in political science, elections, and it was at Fordham University in the Bronx.
Fantastic. Did you share your age and did you share your test score?
I'm 40 years old. And so for me, being in a cohort of people similar to me was important, right? So I went for the mid-career. Also a benefit of the mid-career is that you don't need a GRE. And so that was super helpful.
Absolutely. What is your work experience?
After undergrad, my first real boss was Senator Cory Booker. I worked on his reelection to the U.S. Senate. And then I was digital director for Maggie Hassan, also a U.S. Senator from New Hampshire. And then I ran Hillary Clinton Digital for the convention in 2016. I ran all the long form content for her convention in Philadelphia. And so most of it was government and or campaign experience. And it sort of tracks with what I want to do.
Absolutely. So impressive. And we're going to talk later in the interview about what you are going to do next.
Welcome.
All right. Thanks for sharing those stats, Lou. What was the application process like before you started working with The Art of Applying? What was difficult? What wasn't working?
So something I learned about myself through this is that I'm probably neurodivergent, which I did not necessarily know, but there's like an emotional aspect to a lot of this, where if it doesn't feel right or if it's overwhelming, you sort of like to push it off, right? And I don't think I would have by myself finished the application process. I would have started it and somewhere in the essays got lost. And so the thing that you all did really well is push me to finish and help me tease out the best aspects of my story to highlight, because any applicant is going to have a rich life history, but not all of that history needs to be in one essay. So filtering that was really important.
Oh, wonderful. And how did you find The Art of Applying and what inspired you to reach out to us?
I found The Art of Applying through YouTube. When I was searching Harvard Kennedy School application process, you had a lot of really nice resources and you seemed fun and approachable. And I think that for a lot of people, especially if it's a stretch school, right? There's an emotional aspect between your family. Do I fit in this room? Especially if you didn't come from maybe like a legacy application. And I think for anyone who has a non-traditional background, this is a very cool, approachable way to apply to the school you want.
Oh, beautifully said. I think sometimes looking at you, people think that you're just one of these old money guys or whatever. So why don't you share a little bit about your personal background or what makes you non-traditional?
Yeah. And so, I mean, this is a lot of like family stuff that I'm teasing out still. But growing up, I grew up in a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 people, which is a lot of people in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's a lot. It's a lot. My mom's parents died when she was 17. And when she turned 18, she got custody of her brother and sister who still live with my family. And then my cousin's mom, this is way too much and I apologize, had AIDS in the 80s. And so he came to live with us too. And so there was, I mean, again, 8 people. And I was supposed to be like in the IBEW, right? That was the career.
I don't know what IBW means.
Yeah. The International Brotherhood of Electric Workers. So that's what my mom was in. You know, a lot of my uncles were also in it. I sort of wanted something larger out of myself and life, and not to put down the trades, but I watched Barack Obama happen, right? I was like, okay, if Columbia and Harvard are the go, I'm going to go try to go to one of those 2 schools. And it panned out, right? And so,
Wow, I'm thrilled for you. And I knew you didn't come from like a rich background, but I had no idea you grew up in a two-bedroom apartment with 8 people. That
yeah.
is so many people. Are you in the first generation in your family to go to college?
Yeah, graduate high school. Yeah, which is crazy, right?
Wow. So you were in the first
Yeah.
generation in your family to graduate high school.
Wow.
And then you graduate college and then to go to Harvard.
Yeah. My mom, she said I won the lotto when I told her that we got in. So she's also attached to this, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. Wow. I'm really so touched by that. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. I know it was a long time ago, but as you may remember, you had a 15-minute quick call, just
Yeah.
kind of a get to know you call with our team. And then you had a 90-minute breakthrough call. What was your experience like on that longer breakthrough call?
Yeah, it was an emotional thing. Like, do I belong in this space? Is this possible? Do I feel comfortable doing this process? And the thing that I think you provided was permission to apply, right? Like for some people, having the permission to say, yes, you belong here is what they're looking for. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like the permission, the encouragement,
Yes.
being able to borrow some of our confidence.
Yeah. Borrowing other people's confidence is very helpful.
Yes, absolutely. And when we said we feel 100% confident that we can help you solve all the problems that we talked about today, here are the packages, here are the prices. Would you like to move forward? Were you nervous or scared to work with us? What doubts or concerns, if any, did you have?
I saw a lot of value in this and it obviously panned out, right? It's something that I wanted in my life. It was a big structural change for me. I currently live in Iowa and moving to Boston is like a lot. Right.
Yeah.
And so it's something I wanted. And so investing in myself and investing in the time was important. And again, it paid off. So.
Oh, fantastic. And what was your favorite part about working with the Art of Applying and being in the Application Accelerator?
I think your encouragement, I think it was very cool. And just like you have this picture of what you want, but saying it out loud is a challenge for some people. Right. And then how do you navigate that space and that process in a way that's compelling?
Yes, yes. And I don't usually do this, but there were a few times that I've texted you or called you like, Lou, where are you?
Uh-huh.
This can
Yeah.
happen for you. Don't ghost yourself.
Yeah. And I was ghosting myself, right? And because it just seems overwhelming and it's a lot. Applying is a lot, but you walked me through it and you encouraged me and I needed that nudge, right?
Yes. And also, I understand that you and the other applicants are busy. You have your own business. Like, I really do understand that there's competing priorities. And then there's also the overwhelm. And then maybe some of those feelings of, is this even going to work for me? So I understand. And you made it through, you persisted. And I'm so excited and so proud of you. I know you didn't have to submit a GRE score and that you were so happy about that. But sometimes, even if people don't have to submit a GRE score, they tell us, oh, well, I just feel I have to have a strong GRE score. I'm going to focus exclusively on my test score first, and then I'll wait and sign up with the Art of Applying. What might you say to someone who feels like they need to work on it sequentially and first just only focus on their score?
Telling on compelling narratives about yourself is, I think, everything in these essays. And that was the part I was lacking. So I would focus on your essays.
Yes.
And yes, and knocking it out of the park in the essays. Because again, like these schools are reading a lot of applicants. It's just not who you are, or it's not like unique enough. I think you're going to get left behind.
Yes. The way I think of it is, of course, you want a strong test score if the test is required, but a test score is never going to be the reason you get in somewhere. Whereas your essays, over which you literally have complete control, the essay can make or break your application. Yes. What did you learn about yourself, Lou? How did you grow as a result of going through the Application Accelerator?
It's something you told me about possibly being neurodivergent and how I process things and stress. And so for me, starting school, I'm going to focus on making sure that I'm hitting those notes correctly, that I'm giving myself the leeway and the time to do my papers in advance. Right. I may need more time than some other people, especially my peers when I get there, and just recognizing that and not feeling bad about it.
Absolutely. And a thing that I would also encourage you to do if it turns out that you do have ADHD or some other neurodivergence is to research accommodations. So that could be things like extra time on tests, or that could be taking the test in a quiet location. It is your legal right if it does turn out that you are neurodivergent. I didn't know that I had ADHD while I was at Harvard, and I did really well there academically once I found my stride. But I did receive a letter of academic concern after my first semester at Harvard Business School. And that's 2 or 3 steps before they kick you out. It's letter of academic concern, then it's academic probation, and then after that, they kick you out. I didn't know I needed accommodations and I wasn't receiving them. And it can be a real make or break of your time there.
And that's like, you sharing that is super helpful for me to know that I should be asking for these things. It's okay. There's no stigma around it, right?
I'll be honest, there is probably some stigma, but you know what a bigger stigma is? Yeah.
That letter gets you.
Yeah. Lou, what is next for you in the grad school journey?
We're looking at housing now, seeing where we're going to live, see what the day-to-day looks like. The biggest challenge for me, this may be a tangent, but medical records. Apparently, the state of New Jersey after 40 doesn't assume you need them anymore. They threw out my medical records as a child. And so hunting those down and or getting new shots has been
a challenge.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to get 20 shots in my arm. As a 40-year-old man.
I understand. I know with me and the way I get overwhelmed with paperwork, I would just go down there and be like, give me my 20 shots. Hopefully it's not actually 20. Clearly I'm not a Dr. Lou. I don't think it's like 5 shots. I think it's all one.
All right, cool. Thank you. Because I was reading the list and I was like, this is a lot. I'm going to like be out for a week. You know?
No. I think it's just like, I think that's one shot. And then there's one called Tdap. That's like tetanus, diphtheria, whatever. That's another shot. It's not going to be 20 shots. The most shots I've ever had to get was when I was going to go live in Ghana for a year. And even then it was only like 3 or 4. So I don't think it'll be 20. Don't drag your feet on that so that you have that standing in the way of registering for classes or anything else. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you. Now that you've been accepted into your dream school, you're going to Harvard Kennedy School to the mid-career MPA program. What changes, improvements, or opportunities will this bring to your life and career?
It opens a ton of doors for me, and it expands what's possible after 40, right? I felt personally stuck in this digital director campaign space, and I felt like people didn't view me as a leader, right? This is going to give me the tools and credentials to change that and dream what's next.
Beautiful. And I'm sure you already have a pretty strong network, but I can imagine this will really drastically increase your network as well.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. So Lou, when you first signed up to work with us, I actually have your intake form in front of me. We asked, who are the first 4 people you're going to tell when you get into your dream school? You said mother, father, partner, sister. What happened when you told your mom, your dad, your partner, and your sister that you got into Harvard Kennedy School?
So we did it on a group FaceTime. And my mother had a physical reaction, right? She was dancing. She was excited. For my parents, it's definitely a validation that they raised their kids in a good way. Considering where they came from, this is a big win for my whole family. They feel bought in.
Oh, that's so wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. And Lou, my last question is, what would you say to someone who is watching your video or listening to this interview? They would like to go to Harvard Kennedy School or a really prestigious school, and they're just wondering if the application accelerator could work for them. What encouragement or advice would you give to them?
I think you have to invest in yourself. And if this is something that you want and this is something that you believe will change your life, you should invest in it. You should sign up and you should give it the time that you need to really knock it out of the park.
Beautiful. And don't ghost yourself.
Don't ghost yourself. It is a real. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, Lou, this was absolutely a pleasure. I just felt so confident without a doubt from the first time I met you, like, this is going to work out. It's going to be great. You belong at Harvard Kennedy School, and look where we are now.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I literally would have not gotten in without this. So.
Oh, well, I know that your story is going to inspire and encourage a lot of people. And so just know that now you have made it from watching the YouTube videos to now you are one of the YouTube videos.
Yes. That's amazing.
Thanks for watching. Are you ready to take your application process to the next level? The Art of Applying helps you get into the graduate school of your dreams and get money to pay for it.
Book a free quick call from the link in the description to get started. And subscribe to our channel for more application tips and success stories.